welcome to the channel. This 1880 Victorian is in need of some rails for entrance to the porch, which is missing. So this is what I'm going to be working on in this project. I'll be trying to emulate this design from the porch, though I don't have all the proper knives for doing this. Though I do have quite a few knives on this table saw molding head, and I'll also be using the plunge router bits on the ornamental bill. It'll allow me to do some pretty nice cuts, and the final just regular router bits for the rail. Now I made a quick drawing of what the rail and the post on the porch looks like, and I'm going to try and match with the knives from the molding head, and that's what I'm doing right here, and I'll index them as for the cut list that happens. The molding head goes on the table saw, and it's a pretty neat tool. It's three knives per head. You can get these heads actually through eBay. They're very expensive if you buy them new. I was lucky enough to inherit a few of these. And I couldn't do all the cuts. I didn't have the stuff for doing the big roundovers. Though I do have a pretty good sized collection of plunge bits, and they came into serious use later on. Relatively even. They are heavy. They are so full of moisture. They are so heavy. Using this sled, which is really made for plywood, did not work out. This wood is way too heavy for it. It made it unstable. It's not on a T-slot on the slide, so it's hard to hold down. The sled broke, so, and it made me go to the miter gauge. This is a very small miter gauge on a very small table saw. Not the best situation. Again, it's not on a T-slot. Couldn't control the height of how the wood would move. It would actually force the miter gauge to bend or to move off of 90 degrees. So I had to go over to the ornamental mill. This is the ornamental mill. It's been modified. This is a Revo. It's actually made for spindles. It does not have that big of a reach, so it had to be modified with 1 by 1.5 by 1.5 pieces of wood. But it's woodworking. It doesn't have to be that accurate. The nice part about it, it allows me to control the cut, because I can clamp down the workpiece and slide the router over the top of it. This is the final product of the newel post. Two different designs for the top, one for the side porch and one for the front porch. This was made by my grandfather, handed down to my dad, handed down to me. And knowing how perfectionist my grandfather was, this is right on at 45 degrees. The dog goes out, sticking out like that, and this goes in. Just like that. See if this works for us. Do that. The dogs are attached right there. There is a keyed locking area for me to make sure that we are square. Line this up on the center as best as possible. There we go. And slam it down. So there it is. That's the final of the balusters. That's what they look like. And this is the rail. Just cutting through. This is the what would you call that? This the just the insert for getting a grip on the rail. It's very straightforward. It's just 2x4 rounded over with that cove in there. And to part 1. Tune in for part 2, and thanks for watching.